this is Sanjaya Sharma. I love telling stories, and friends say they have enjoyed listening to them. In Qisse, I share these anecdotes with the wise young Aryan. No wisdom and no advice, but I do look for a smile from you.
I just read that India has 100 startup unicorns now. And it's fascinating because I wonder how these young leaders are creating so much value.
Partly it's the market opportunity now, but young people are capable of surprising initiative if they're having fun in the workplace. As a new business specializing in interactive design was 2D and 3D modeling with AutoCAD. And we created some showcase demos and were quite lucky to get a terrific project very early from Telco, which is now Tata Motors. Telco had exported its new long LPO 1313 trucks to Zambia, and they would be shipped in CKD kits, that is completely knocked down kits, to Zambia, where the Zambian entity would assemble them into buses. And Telco, which is now Tata Motors, was a bit worried because the Zambian entity had not done CKD assembly before this. So they contacted us and told us to create a detailed training program showing the entire process of truck or bus assembly from the CKD kits. And for this, they gave us a huge number of engineering drawings. But we had two big problems. The first, that the quality of the engineering drawings was of middling quality. And the second, that the deadline was really close, so the timeline was really short. So the team began working, and they worked non-stop, taking hardly any breaks, let alone holidays. And with a heroic effort, they nearly got the project done and came to the last day of the project. And the next morning, the sales guy was going to fly to Jamshedpur to demo the program, which would then be shipped along the CKD kits to Zambia. And the team was still working to finish the modeling at the very end of the modeling process. And there was one thing which was quite unclear to them, and the engineering drawings were not giving them the answer. And they kept trying to discuss and uncover it till midnight. And now they were getting quite anxious because there was just a few hours before the flight to Jamshedpur. And they decided that there was no way that they were going to get the answer by just exploring through the materials that we had. So at midnight, they decided, particularly the two young engineers who were leading the project, Mark and Avtar, decided to sally out and actually find some truck to get their answers. Now, we were sharing our office in Andheri East with the fixed deposit department of Tata Finance. So they stepped in the direction of Tunga, and it said that fortune favors the brave. They actually found a truck parked and they crawled under the truck. Of course, they had borrowed a torch from a nearby watchman, and they shone the torch at the chassis to see how the spring suspension and the shock absorbers were joined to the chassis, and they had their answer.
Oh.
And they got back, and it didn't take long, another hour perhaps, for them to finish the modeling. But that was not the end of the story, because in those days, everything was shipped in these 5¼ inch floppies. And they used to keep on corrupting. So everything had to be sent in 2 or 3 backups. So the process of creating those floppies went on almost until the time for the flight in the morning, and got finished just in time. And the sales guy was able to fly with it to Jamshedpur, and the program got shipped along with the CKD kits. It was a heroic effort by the entire team and by Mark and Avtar. It was a really important program for us because it opened up the entire domain of equipment maintenance, diagnostics, repair. And when I think back to that project, I marvel at how these two young engineers in their 20s, Mark and Avtar, were driven by their own pride and passion. No one had told them to go out at midnight looking for a truck. It was their own initiative. We survived in a difficult business and did well because of the spirit of these young guys.
If you're not having fun at work, you're not playing on the right team. Frank Sonnenberg.
That's absolutely right. We'll be back next week with the next episode. Please like and comment below. And if you like a lot, do share.
Also, subscribe to our channel Qisse so that you don't miss out on any Qissa by the OG.
YOE.
What's YOE?
Years of experience.